no say the workers they make a talk and that way. Since last week I come, we don't the transition for come up from the old airport to now. All the workers they wouldn't take so now from the old airport to then they but not complete the transition yet because the new arrangement it retrain the people and so that they become fit for purpose. But the most important thing is that we make sure say everybody they get in salary as at now. So the workers, they will be in the field impatient. We have to give them the assurance under President Bill, all that will be settled. But on the whole, I want to just say this it means a lot to the country, it means a lot to the workforce of this nation, and the one who don't get the opportunity for get themselves inside now, I want to advise them for me they know say there is going to be a positive change of attitude so that the values they will try for promote now then self will go enhance them so that more people then will get the opportunity for get jobs now.
Thank you very much, Honorable, because that statement we make was very important, and because for the past 4 months, we don't come around for we get the views of staff that will be in the work and how the process has been, transferring to this on this new management, and the concern was the termination issue. So from your end, that has been settled. Nobody lost a job?
No, nobody lost a job for now. Nobody lost a job. When they say termination, actually in 6 sense, when they terminate us, they get an opportunity. But it's not like a movement from one entity to another entity. So even the month where they're supposed to get now the old airport, where they not work for the full month, so I make sure say the remaining period then put on to down the pay them. So everybody gets a smooth salary with them. So you don't see all them compensation, so you don't make
This country was initially known 40 years, we went into the doldrums. But just this year, we had the best minister in the whole world in education. A new beginning. And to begin everything is where you leave the shores or where you coming. A new beginning with the airport. This is a brand new airport. It's not an additional terminal. It's a brand new airport. A new beginning. You look at the higher education sector, there is a lot of belief in all the students. You now have entrepreneurial education blending with your normal course. And go on their own engineering business. People are starting again. And that is why we must retain the same president. It has given us growth, us lift, of the conviction that this country can do well. And that is what is happening here.
As the minister responsible for the tertiary sector of education, a structure like this will mean also us having opportunities of having institutions that look into the aviation sector. Is that in the pipeline? Are we going to have that?
Let me look at a whole range of things. When you talk about engineering, traditionally you think of civil engineering, electrical. But really, we have just moved on to mining. Now we are coming to aviation. And in all its tenets in engineering. And also an extension in tourism as well. In all its tenets in tourism. There is no point in teaching people about free that you can use going in or coming out that you've never seen one. What this is going to do is to take Sierra Leone 100 years forward for us to meet the Western world. It is a small one, but it suits our population of 7.5 million people. It suits our travel pattern as well. Therefore, we do not want a white elephant. What we want is thinking about transformative education and start to project yourself what you will need in the future. This is a future airport, and our people have to be galvanized around this. I think the new beginning of Sierra Leone is what we now see happening, and we should stay in this trajectory to ensure that this is transformed in the next 5 years.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed.
Of course, I'm the Minister of Tertiary Education, and we would like now to join over and bring you again Salifu Cheno Kamara, who is all set for us again to give us and speaking to a presidential advisor, and they are on the reality and actuality of this particular project, and he's also set again to give us the update. Salifu.
Line up on the fence. Those who've been there for the first time, they are just looking at the runway there. And I think according to the Dr. Tambi, the last time when we came, this runway is a 2.2 kilometer runway with 60 meters wide. So as you can see, the people who've been here for the first time, all of them are lined up on the fence to runway here at the new Freetown International Airport. So I will move close to them and talk to a few people on what they feel being part of these events today, and get their views on that, on what these developments mean to them and the country in general. In the runway of the airport, and because of the fence, I don't think it's too clear, but you can manage to watch in. And these are people who've been here for the first time to watch this runway. They are here also to witness the historic event. And we have someone here who I will talk to. You could tell viewers that your name and okay, he's a chief. So what do you mean for witness this occasion today?
Oh, I'm so appreciate for this opportunity. For let me self can see with my eyes. That means when late yesterday informed me say for move for can witness it, for come and see this kind of wonderful things. So
okay, so and Una, your chiefdom not too far from this chiefdom. So how you feel where Una sister chiefdom they get this kind of development, and not just them, but Salom as a whole?
Well, that make you come here because you so appreciate. Just a drive between 1 hour, 1 hour minutes, you don't arrive to the field. So we appreciate for get this opportunity, and the same district, this field now we get it because this is a potluck of this street. I saw Madam Party that's a potluck of this street. You have sister chiefdoms. So I'm happy say for here today, as with my primary basic block in the second.
Okay, and I see you and some of you subordinates them in a group. They watch the runway. So what do they do?
Oh, because it's beautiful. That make all the colleague for a long time no see this type. Since you see you arrive here today, we appreciate for watch, video, snap. So we can show colleagues that will not get the opportunity today.
All right, thank you, Chief, for talking to me.
Thank you.
Okay, and he is one of the people who are watching right from the fence here, and as you can see, right through down there, a lot of people are here on the fence. They are looking at the runway, and most of them they are seeing this for the first time. Yes, and we still have people also who are here to see this day, and we have a young man here also who we want to talk to. So tell viewers that your name and which chiefdom you come out on Ayaide.
My name is Mohammed. I come from Freetown this morning. We can witness the ceremony of the airport, say they open the airport, so we can see because people that they say the airport na add the add so one can see if na add or na brand new airport they don't build. So now that will come from our witness. So I'm really happy for the government of Sierra Leone, which is Madabio. I'm happy for him. I'm so glad because for that kind of thing there, you don't say we know they see that kind of thing there. This is a big opportunity for the country. Don't say we know they see that kind of thing there. So Alhamdulillah, tell Allah thank you.
Okay, so you say so they say na add the other. So from what you can see, so how you go describe what you can see?
Well, what I can see and what to be done there na a different. The one where we don't see a new one. What to be done there, they far from the new one. Even the entrance they not be the same. The entrance, the other one they over yonder. Why this one they over here? If you get a distance. So this one na a brand new airport.
So this now developments where we as Sierra Leone and then for welcome, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now that kind of development they are one at this country, sir.
Okay. Thank you for talking to me. All right. So he's coming right from Freetown just because he wanted to witness this occasion and see what is happening here. And we have a lot of people here also, and some in their mid-ages, some over 40 and going, and we have somebody here who is grabbing on the fence, steering on the runway. So you will tell viewers that your name and which side you come out.
Yeah. Good morning, Mina. Somosoko Kalon. Come on, Mashaka, Koya Chiefdom, Poloko District, Northern Province.
Okay, you come out all the way Koya Chiefdom, Northern Province. What's in movie for Can today?
Well, to be honest, what you moving for Can today, now for just can't get an I saw of what you only talk all about the new airport. You know, for themselves, I saw because today they said in the commission today to the public, that bring me calm.
Okay, so from possibly they come up far from the north. I know say you don't see the first airport. So you see any difference between this and existing airports where we don't see?
Well, I'm not being too much access to the old airport, but I need to understand. I think the old airports where the plane can we land. I think you go first touch. You think go first touch the soil of the land wherever you go for they check you. But with this, what I see, I think from the airport, from the plane, I don't think you get something to do with the land. I don't believe so. You get the way they design the system from the plane to the offices now. I think by the time you step to the ground, they're going to see you checking on all the rest of it. I also believe so.
Okay, so you think say this is an extension or a new one?
No, I think this is a new one. New one. Because when you talk about extension, I mean, extension, now like you just add one or two facility, expand the ground and all the rest of it. But this one, everything you see, all the gadgets here are just new materials. So this could be a new airport, I believe so. I stand to be corrected.
All right, thank you so much for talking to us. Welcome. And we have dozens of people hanging over this fence to watch the runway. So we're gonna.
Thank you very much, Salifu Cherno Kamara, for giving us updates on what's happening there at the frontage of this particular precinct. But currently, behind me, we're giving you an ambience of the technical team and what's happening currently here on ground. The AYV outside broadcast truck, state-of-the-art truck, is currently here, and of course all what you're seeing brought to you live is 21st century technology, and we're bringing it live from this particular van. Our internet access, our logistics, everything that has to do with our production team is currently ongoing in this particular truck, close to the sound system, where we're also bringing you every bit. But what I actually wanted to show you outside the beautiful tech engineering you're seeing at the back of me here is what this particular airport means, and we also have our AYV van all set to take us through right across the township of Lunga International Airport. As you can see, our official driver Yusuf is also with us. He's called 007 James Bond. But what I wanted to show you outside that giggle is what this particular airport signifies or represents, and that's the control tower We made a visit 2 weeks or so ago here to get a first-hand information of what the difference is between this particular tower and the one we had at the old building. Of course, the structure itself is very different, quite different. And we made our way onto that particular tower to witness the technology also is very different. Because according to SUMA, this airport is catering for the biggest aircraft available in the globe. And any Concorde you're thinking about will actually tail down here to Sierra Leone, and we have a terminal that will able to structure apparently is having is a fire station, and it was lacking or substandard for better of choice of words as compared to the old structure. But what this now signifies is a new fire station, state-of-the-art fire station with all the necessary firefighting, very responsible for this airport, and also having a first aid treatment, a state-of-the-art first aid treatment in case of anything. And within the premises also as well, we also have a mosque and a church. For example, if a passenger wants to pray in his or her faith, there is a praying room for Muslims, room for men, and also room for women for Muslims, and there's a general church area also for Christians. And what you're seeing far side there, I want my camera operator to zoom, is the solar panel power plant put up here by Suma Group. This is an alternative clean energy supply to make sure that this airport run efficiently. And I spoke with the manager 2 weeks ago, and I'm also hoping to get him after the start of this program to explain to us why the solar power plants. And one of the reasons he gave the other day was that there has been concern with electricity across airports, especially in West Africa, wherein planes will want to come and land, but then you see there's no power, or there's power cuts. And what this facility will now provide, the solar power plant, is that at no point in time this airport will ever be dark. So even when there is no generator, when there's no electricity, there's always a backup plan of the solar power plant available here at the airport. I think those are the adage to what existed. But to give you an overview of what's happening, also we are now expecting the arrival of the Vice President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Dr. Mohamed Jules Diallo. I'd like to take you through to that end of this particular area or structure, I might say. It's huge, and the working area is really, really huge, and there's a lot of acreage being put into this particular structure. But we're expecting the arrival of the Vice President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Dr. Mohamed Jules Diallo, followed by the President, Dr. Julius Madabio, who's also been making his way, and we're expecting speeches from those fine personality towards the airport. But as I just showed you the phenomenon structure here, and the AYV team, the OB team, the OB van, outside broadcast, bringing you everything in real time, in real issues, bringing you the real parties here. We want to ensure that we bring you credible, factual, and all times balanced coverage of what's happening here. And Salifu Chano Kamara is still set for us over there at the frontage of this new airport. And I'd like to link over to him for now.
Thank you, Bakari Mate over there. Right down close to the terminal, the presidential terminal here. And as I said earlier, like this place was designated for citizens who came to also witness this occasion. But from what I'm seeing right now, after we left here, minutes later when we return, you can see the place is all over crowded. You know, the canopies are in the back there, and maybe when the program starts, because of, you see, as you see, the police personnel, the security personnel are helping to control the crowd because the crowd is so huge. And you can also see the scouts are also helping to control the crowd. And we are just close to the presidential terminal because we have, the airport has a passenger terminal, the presidential terminal, and cargo terminal. And, you know, there's a screen over there that is being placed for when the program starts so that those who are seated in the canopy will be able to view. But with what is happening right now, I think some people will be deprived from seeing the screen when the program starts, because from the look of things, because of the crowd, it is so huge that a lot of them have forced themselves their ways to come over, and now they are in the line of vision of those who are in the canopy. So you can just see how people are so much excited for what is happening today as the three-dimensional structure will be formally commissioned today, and of the Vice President, Dr. Mohamed Julda Jallo, and later on the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, President Julius Maada Bio, who will do the official commissioning of this new airport. So preparations are still ongoing, and you see how crowded the place is, and a lot of people from various areas from the country are here to witness this occasion. And one thing that has been always been cleared, because there are two debates that in the public, that the airport is an extension, but from what we've heard from those who are responsible, it is not an extension. This is a newly constructed airport by the Suma Group, which is a 270 million project. And this upon completion, now that it has been completed,
National Airport, and we're waiting the official launch. But of course, we just gave you a view of what this airport holds and all the beautiful adage this particular structure is currently. I have the Minister of Tourism, Memunatu Pratt, the Minister of Tourism. We're speaking just now, and all what we're saying is going to revolve around how the structure will benefit the tourism sector of this country. I think a few years ago, you were speaking on the high ticket price and how that is actually affecting tourists from into the country. We spoke with the Deputy Minister, and he says with this airport, it is highly likely we are going to be certified, and that certification will also mean a cut down in price of air tickets. Are you foreseeing more influx of tourists in Sierra Leone with this structure?
Let me say hello to everyone, and to say that today is the most exciting day and a very historic day for the development of travel and tourism as far as Sierra Leone is concerned. We all could recall that when I came into to access in Sierra Leone, one of them was about visa on arrival, and with the support of the Excellency, we are able to have visa on arrival, that you can come to Sierra Leone and just come right in. But one of the most difficult problems we had was on the cost of air tickets. And up to now, we are still struggling with that. And part of that problem was the fact that our airport was not certified because it could not conform to international standards. So what it meant is that on those tickets, we were going to pay insurance for all of those flights coming in. We are paying insurance for everything, which means there has been an additional cost. So with this airport, it has completely wiped away that insurance. So what we are looking for now is to make sure that with the revision of the IATA code that was signed by Sierra Leone, which we are going to change. Of course, Sierra Leone is also now with this airport going to have a standardized cost of air tickets, which is applied to many countries. And I should also say that surveys and people are saying the airport has problems, the airport, even though it's accessible, it's difficult for you to have that level of hospitality. So today we are saying to the rest of the world that with this airport, that has changed the stories. And we have been fast forward in this, that all over the world, we have already informed them that we are going to have a brand new airport. And one of the good news is that even of this airport, it's the biggest game changer for tourism. Because, you know, when people want to visit countries, one of the first things they ask you is about the airport, it's about the accessibility, it's about the comfort of coming through. And then also, how do you get immediately to your destination? But with this one, when you come in, of course, what you see, there's nothing different from what you see internationally. So, which means that half of the job is done. And what the other means is that all our access routes now are going to open. So with our visitors, they're so excited to come to this airport. They come in, and what we have done, our tourist arrival is going on. And my people will be here with me that there is a big wave of change going through the tourism sector in all aspects, mainstreaming, expansion of hotels. And I want to inform them that we already have big-time hotels because of this airport that's about to come and explore and see the rest of the country. Because they believe the airport contributes significantly to the arrival and the decision in terms of coming to a destination. So I want this is changing all the efforts we're making, and of course, we know connection is not going to be good because we started encouraging people to use the ferries. So once you come to Sierra Leone, the time you spend to wait for the boats, you can spend to view Sierra Leone and go into Freetown. And because of the bypass routes we have had, it can take you like 10 minutes to get to where you are going. So I want to allow everybody that moving from the airport has changed because of this airport. You do not necessarily have to go by boats across the sea. But with this airport, you can drive straight into Freetown in 1 hour 45 minutes. Once you get into Freetown, automatically, because of the access routes, you get into your hotel. So I want to encourage everybody, visit Sierra Leone, come to Sierra Leone. A lot has happened, infrastructure is going on, roads are expanding, hotels are expanding, and quite a lot is going on in the area of culture, the area of entertainment. It's an emerging destination, and this is the biggest advantage we've had in competing with other countries. Now, sometimes, you know, all of us, you know, when we go to these international conferences and this international trade fair, we have problems. We have challenges because it's very difficult for us to talk about our airport. A very complete negative thing before. But now, we are so happy, we are so excited. Travel is going to increase because if you have this facility, one of the things you have to do is to make sure you bring more people in Sierra Leone that can be able to ensure that this airport is utilized. The resources which are invested into this airport is quickly recovered. So tourism is actually the vehicle travel, tourism, and hospitality. It's a vehicle to be able to change the face and also to support them to expand what they are doing, and then also to go in for more.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Yes, the Minister of Tourism, that's talking to us on what this particular structure means for tourism. We're bringing your PMP of what's happening here, and Sally Fu is all set again to give us updates of what's happening currently there at the frontage of this particular
Oh, I be one when I talk to them. You know, say I see the worker. Minister in the one side.
I won't go inside and get to video.
Let us recognize the great
Yes, hear me for international rights. Hear me for international.
Let us recognize the general manager of the Diaspora Dr. Iba. We are all clap for him. Let us recognize the presence of the general manager of the Diaspora Airport Authority, Mr. Jack Masako.
I will not get to now. So they call me now. Okay, we're still right here, and as we said earlier, the sectional airport. This morning also we are also with the police, and with me here is the inspector.
Why not they grow? Yeah, hey, bo, we want for no, Waiting make we country they go slow. Waiting making all they grow. Yes, so I can for sure. Yes, I can for sure them thing them way they make we know they grow. Say now we they die from. If I they try for go before, I beg bo, do ya not make us slow? No. If I dey try for raise the tempo, do ya not make am low? Yes, so if I dey try for go before, I beg bo, do ya not make us slow? No. If I dey try for raise the tempo, do ya not make am low? Yes, so before they do them thing now we go make we gladdy, thing now we go make we happy, thing now we go make we country laddie daddy. So we go live in unity. Yes, so before they do them thing now we go make we gladdy, thing now we go make we happy, thing now we go make we country laddie daddy. So we go live in harmony. Yes, so don't we for do them thing now we go make we smarter, thing now we go make we stronger, thing now we go make we nation last much longer. So we life them go better. Yes, so but we for left them thing now we go make we scatter, thing now we go bring palava, thing now we go make we nation well panambara, make we people scatter.
Scanty that you talk about. I like them.
Thing them like half flavor plava, political party wahala. Thing them we go make we agba, them put we country pan yakba. Sing along say hey bo, we want for no. Waiting make we country they go slow. Waiting making all they grow. Yes, so I can for sure. Yes, I can for sure them thing them way they make we know they grow. Say now we did that, yes, so make we show them thing now we go make we kick po, thing now we go make we country go before. Mama, yes, so thing now we go make we grow, thing now we go make we left for go slow, make baby gladdy for Bobo show. Alright, so if I perform, me on perform, you say for gladdy for watch you watch, if I sing, me on sing, you say for gladdy for dance you dance. Before they do them thing now we go make we gladdy, thing now we go make we happy, thing now we go make we country laddie daddy. So we go live in unity. Yes, so before they do them thing now we go make we gladdy, thing now we go make we happy, thing now we go make we country laddie daddy. So we go live in harmony. Yes, so sing along say hey bo, we want for no. Waiting make we country they go slow. Waiting making all they grow. Yes, so I can for sure. Yes, I can for sure them thing them way they make we know they grow. Say now we they die from cold.
We the friends, but still things not the change. How we go before when we still get evil way. Let we try to change your ways, and let we love for free. Love one another.
If do me thing then, you step for try do thing then. Make we all do thing then. Salon, prosperity then. If I like thing then, you step for make thing then. Make we all like we thing then. Salon, prosperity then. Before they do them thing then, now we go make me glad this
time. But here in our main studios, I have my producer Amadou Lamranaba, and I've been joined in the studio by Solomon Sundu, and he's executive director for Bianchi Foundation. Solomon, welcome to this special edition of AYV, a build-up towards the commissioning of the newly Freetown International Airport. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, Remin. Good afternoon, viewers.
All right, it's quite an exciting moment for Sierra Leoneans, and I spoke to people and they said they're very delighted. Some have postponed their flights. They said they want to use that newly constructed airport some are saying that they will be leaving Sierra Leone next week because they want to pass through that airport. They want to see the beauty of Sierra Leone. They want to go back to their various countries and tell people about the goodies, the developments happening in Sierra Leone. And you have been monitoring the process. You are also at the airport. They took you on a tour to see for yourself. How would you assess this airport?
Thank you very much once more, Remy. For me, I'm very, very excited as I sit here. The other day, we were here again when he hosted us, myself and one of our colleagues. I told him that this is the job we should be doing. You go and do what we call first-hand information. When you have first-hand information, you will be sitting and have the pride to say, yes, this is what is happening. And indeed, today, they have seen it. And what we have been saying, that the airport is not whatever name they call it, expansion or in addition to the old airport. Today, it tells us that, yes, what we have been saying is factual, and now the whole world is saying. So for me, this is a bingo for Sierra Leone. We have scored a mark, and for our generation and our children, that is what I propose, that, for us now, the aged, let the young, go and see, like we are seeing now, students from all other, districts and regions. Let them go and see the practicality of development. And this is what we want to see. This is the kind of development we want to see, tangibles. No matter what you say, this is a brand new airport, no matter how we call it. So I'm excited. I'm happy that, all those who put their hands on deck, I would say thank to them, the Ministry of Transport and Aviation, and the government of Sierra Leone, and to His Excellency the President for bringing up this wonderful and marvelous development to this country.
And let's talk about the benefit and how it will create job opportunity for Sierra Leoneans, more especially in the tourism sector, the hospitality sector as well. Earlier, Bokari Mateo, a man on the ground, spoke to the Minister of Tourism. She said this is an opportunity, and also there are possibility for ticket prices to be cut down. And with these new developments, and as well at the airport, there are a lot of facilities which Sierra Leoneans will benefit from. That sector, the hospitality sector, the tourism sector will benefit massively. And let's look at the job creation, the airport will create for Sierra Leoneans in terms of those who will be selling food, drinks, those who will be working at the airport. I know it will increase more people to work at the airport, and how this will be able to develop Sierra Leone.
And that's development. You add what the Minister of Tourism said. And for quite too long, they have been crying for, the airports to be, to be developed, like what we are seeing now. And now, what the next step now we go, how we can able to reduce our air tickets in terms of employment. I think is going to create more employment, and for our sisters who are in that hospitality sector, they are going to benefit in the area of catering, in the area of food, in the area of beverage, so to speak, right? All of these things is going to work now. And whoever comes in our country, Sierra Leone is the area now for development. Investors now can able to come and even jet in their own private jets. Most of the investors we know in the world, they have their own private jets, right? They can able now to come and land on our airport and see the needful. All we need to see now is for them to create more hoteliers, more facilities in the hotel, how they can able to improve and accommodate more investors in the country, accept up the playing ground, the playing field for investors to come and strive in Sierra Leone.
It's $270 million, project, and it's completed within the time the president said it will be, a commission. And today's commissioning by His Excellency the President. What does this mean for Sierra Leone, and how this will change the country? Most people believe that Sierra Leone is still have the perception of the country came from war and we're still struggling through war, and there is not much development in Sierra Leone.
That is what we are, telling our fellow citizens, that the way the country is now going, we should refrain from, violence. We should refrain from, anything that will lead us in that brutality, as you said, war. right? Because we are now recovering. We are now getting to development, no more war again. So no matter what we do now, we should refrain from any other thing, that will bring another standstill in this country. But what we are saying, this is a progress, and we should not go back. We should not go back. When you look at the 21st century, we are talking of an industrial revolution now. How countries can able to, feed themselves, how country can able to open up for more factories, and that is our call. We are now calling for, developments to be tangible, like this we are seeing now. All we are now calling on our governments to do, thank God the educational system is improving. It's like the agricultural sector now, how production can able to increase, right? These are the things. And with this airport, we can able to have more cargoes coming, right? Like our fresh mango taking now to other countries, and we can able to produce, like we have started in our local, juice. Now we have this Sarah water here. We can able now to do so many things with this kind of developments. And when the world sees this, right, they will say, oh, this is not a country of war. And thank God there are so many things now, Sierra Leone, even they tag us that Sierra Leone is, under the shipping agency. They are now trying to clear all of these things on us. But with this Suma Group, and Suma Group is, one of my friends traveled to other country. He saw their developments. You go to France, you go to other country, the same company is there operating. So for Sierra Leoneans, all those who were crying that this is not a new airport, let us not put our country or sink our developments down. Let us respect the value of what we have. And like the toll road, now this is 25-year project. After Suma have used the airport for 25 years, they will hand over the airport to us. I think that's good. And if you look at the agreements, it's only the land, the raw materials, and all that thing that the government supply. That is our own contribution. In the area of monetary, our cents is not there, except the raw material. So this is good for us. And that is what we want to see. I will propose, even if we can continue to do with the toll road to Bo, let us learn to pay for our own development. And that is the thing now the whole world is yearning for. When you have people who come and develop, we pay for it, because it's the maintenance now we'll look at. When the Suma Group will finish their 25 years, when they will give us back our airports, the maintenance now is going to be on us, and our governments will able to continue that maintenance. That's the 1 million question we should put to the government.
I think there will be some modalities in place in terms of, that collaboration in terms of maintenance also, which I believe it's going to be part of the agreement as well.
Exactly.
But let's talk about how this will improve transportation. I know there was this actor who came to Sierra Leone from Ghana. I think it's Prince David. It's a popular Ghanaian actor. He came to Sierra Leone, and his concern was, when we interviewed him here at AYV, he said they don't like crossing from the airports to the country's capital city to the water. He said he wants to go through, whether it's by road, but at least not water. And with the new airport, it tells you that you can travel from the new airport to Freetown within less than 2 hours, and you can feel Sierra at that moment. But how this is going to help the transport sector? We are in more people will be decided to go to take their vehicle, wanted to rent your vehicle, will station your vehicle at the airport, wanted to drive people to around to come to the city. All that is what development is. So how this will help the transport sector, and what we need to do to put mechanism in place in terms of getting the transport sector done?
Well, for me, I'm seeing it like what they said, that they will try to do the Lunge Bridge and the second city for, and that's the thing we want to see, right? The transport sector is going to be part, right? And we heard about the Lunge Bridge. For us, everything that is pronounced from the president, right, is a policy statement. And I hope that they will put that into perspective, how we can, and in fact, that will create more touristic, view for our country. We have seen countries who have more than, the bridge that we are proposing to build.
Okay, I'll come back to you, Solomon. Let's quickly join our man Bokari Matia, who is on the ground at the newly constructed Freetown International Airport. Matia, back to you.
Check the sound. The sound on, buddy.
No matter how things then talk about you, Mother, we will vote for you. No matter how things then talk about you, Mother, we vote for you. We'll be these 5 years. You don't change me story to glory and journey forward.
Over the airport. But let's go back to quickly all the major statistics, data, or technicalities that were involved in the construction of this particular airport. What acreage are we on, and what are all the facilities present in this particular airport?
Well, thank you very much. This actually is a state-of-the-art facility that has been built for less than 17 months, and it's one of the best in the sub-region. A capacity of 1 million passenger, and it's a 14,000 square kilometer space. So it's going to serve for both diasporans that will be coming and tourists that will be coming to this country. So today, His Excellency is going to inaugurate it, and then we'll start using this facility.
And with respect to the facility, of course, I know this might not be your area, but the concern has been, is it a new structure, is it a new terminal, or is it an extension?
Actually, this is a brand new terminal that was built from scratch. As you can see, it speaks for itself. The old terminal is on the other side of the airport, and this is a brand new one that we built, and today is going to be inaugurated, commissioned by His Excellency the President, Brigadier Julius Maada Bio.
What of the runway? Was it extended? Was it refurbished, or is it a new runway?
Yeah, it's actually a refurbished runway. It was extended, but it's a brand new runway. This is a runway that any big international flight can land on. Even the Air Force One, we can accommodate it now in this airport. This is the international standard airport, so it can compete with any airport in the world.
Finally, before we leave you, let's speak to the other facilities that are available, the firefighting station, and also the provision of religious areas for prayers. The other day we took a tour, we saw the mosque and the church, and also other facilities, and also the control tower. What are the new technologies introduced into this airport that the old one lacked completely?
Well, it's like you say, it's a modern airport, and it has so many new facilities that we're going to unveil. When His Excellency unveil, we'll show them so that you guys will have the opportunity to go see it yourself, because we've always said what we have, but now it's time for the media to show it to the people of this country. As you said, we have the prayer room for passengers that will be departing, so you can pray. If there's time for prayer, you can go get your prayers. We have the state-of-the-art modernized control tower, brand new one that is built. We have two facilities here, but as we go around with His Excellency, we don't get ahead of him. So I will show all these things.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Of course, that's the managing director there of Soon also what this structure looks like, and also reasserting that the terminal is new terminal and is different from the existing structure that was available. Earlier on, when we were making our rounds, we were talking on the features that are available in this particular airport. And one thing I like to speak to is the difference in appearance. The old airport, as soon as you are outside the arrival area, you are greeted by so many other people, taxis, okadas, or beggars, as the case may be. Will that be same for this airport?
In the first place, I'm Komon-Tok, Director for Security and Facilitation, Sierra Leone Civil Aviation Authority. It will be completely a thing of the past, because with this new facility, you have designated place for well-wishers and the water taxis. So from arrival, from that point, as you can see, you have the arrow pointing exit. It takes you directly to where you want to go. In fact, from this point on your arrival, you can actually see exactly whosoever is a well-wisher who has come to receive you. You can see from that point, you understand? And so, like you said, loiters, beggars will entertain from this point. In fact, from the main gate, you see we had a toll gate. We had a toll gate east. It completely cuts you off from the rest of this area. So you are completely cut off from this area. And for you to come to where we are, you have you should have something like an access pass that gives you the authority to come to this area. You understand? Otherwise, you can't come. You understand? And there are certain designated areas where you have to use your swipe card to usher you to those areas. So if you are not part of this family and you have nothing to do in this area, certainly you will not be entertained.
And there are also concerns with the old structure. You have taxis, vehicles who will provide services. Will those services be available? And looking at where the toll gate is and where the terminal is, how will the airport rally around or see with the drivers union to ensure that their services are in place?
As you can see, the area where you have the car park for the VIPs, it's a facility that can host 1,000 cars. Okay, so once this arrangement is finished, that area is going to be designated for the rest of mankind. You have drop-off area here, and then you can go to that area and park your. So yes, there is provision for those sort of facilities. There are staff car parks, because we know that the distance from the toll gates to here is certainly far. Up to this morning, we are now thinking of how to get provision for people who are low salary earners who cannot get vehicle like near you, or so the commercial okadas can come, but there is going to be a cutoff point where they can actually terminate, so that they don't come and then rover all over the place like they used to do in the city. So we'll put structures in place that will cover that. Otherwise, you have the human factor aspect for staff who cannot drive to the airport. So we have provisions for that.
And lastly, before we go over back to our studio, let's speak to the security. Whilst I was coming in and just there, I would like the camera operator Chedo. We are seeing the availability of canines. I haven't seen that in the old airport. This is going to be new for so many passengers. Well, for so many people using the Freetown International Airport. Take us through some of the security measures.
Part of the International Civil Aviation Organization requirement is for enhanced security situations at airports, and so the presence of canine is to ensure that passengers who want to beat the system using NACO. We have NACO, a dog, as well as bomb explosive detector dog. So if you have a bomb in your bag, there is a dog that will sniff and sit down. By the time it sits down, it tells you this is a problem bag. If you have narcotics in your bag, there is a narcotic dog that will sniff that bag and say, this bag, of all the other bags, this bag is carrying narco. 9 chances out of 10, it will be true. And so that's what they are for in this airport, and we are going to maintain that. On top of that, we have ETD, explosive trace detection machine, that we actually identify. But for dogs, That is what we are going to do. This is a brand new facility, and we are going to use that, like you saw the dog, to do the sweep. Again, we can do sweep around the terminal. After a whole day's operation, if, for instance, a passenger, a bad boy left a bomb somewhere, the dog can actually come, do the sweep, and we will detect those sort of things. So that's what we use the dogs for.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course, you're still watching AYV Live here, and we're bringing you every important detail
on what is happening, at the newly constructed Freetown International Airport. And the commissioning will be done by His Excellency the President, retired Brigadier Julius Madabio. Have learned that he's very close to the scene and, towards the event. And hopefully we shall be joining the team shortly, and where the President will be doing the commissioning. Solomon, initially before we came on here, we're actually discussing about how to beautify the road leading to the airport. You want to drive through from the airport to Freetown, how we should be able to beautify that street in order to ensure that it become touristic areas wherein people will have some mini markets. You will have some places where you can stop by. For example, if you want to go and get your flight at 12 noon and you decided to leave Freetown at around let's say 5 a.m. in the morning, and you should be checking in at 10, and you're almost 2 hours to 10 to arrive at the airport. Maybe you want to hang around for like 1 minute, like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and before you arrive at the airport. We should be able to dress the street while you're moving by.
As we have already finished this new airport, I think that's the other thing, the tourist sector, the Ministry of Transport, and even the Ministry of Trade, like along the route side, right? Like other airports, for like if you are moving from Gatwick, moving towards heading to London, right? You see most of these things around the airport, right? And this is the thing we want to see around our own airport, leaving from Freetown, taking the Port as it, right? We should be having those kind of small mini markets, stop at one stopping point where you can able to sit before you jet into the airport for check-in or for whatever, because it all brings development. And that is what we want to see. When you have good things like this along the roadside, you create other investments where people can able to go. Like, for example, we have our local palm wine. These are all cultural business, right? People want to see our local palm wine, but in the nice and beautiful form where you can able to have those small, I call it pub, right? You can sit there and say, let me have my time, right? Or even mini guest house, some of these small, entertainment center alongside the road, which is good. And it's a call for our ministries, departments who are now responsible for those developments. It's good for our country, and that is what we want to see, Remy.
Okay, I think it's great. We shall be joining our team in London, getting other people involved into the conversation, because this is very big and very important.
Yes.
And, I know Mattia and Salifua are on the ground. They'll be talking to people, ministers, ordinary Sierra Leoneans who are there to witness this event. So let's talk about the benefits, it will bring to Sierra Leone, more especially in the tourism sector. You made mention about hotels. And do you think this will prompt people to go to Lunge, to start getting hotels, prepare standard ones that if someone, arrive at that moment, he or she don't want to travel maybe by road, or probably using the water, and he or she can easily go to the hotel and get some rest, by the time, we go to the morning.
I think that's the good one. For me, even the Suma group, I think in one of their discourse, they are trying to build what we call 5-star hotel within that sector. And mark you, Lunge is an eyesore because I'm hearing it. People are saying we are going to have another city there. And based on this new airport, I'm sure even us, the citizens, can able now to go and have your land and build, right, a kind of modern houses within that area. It's encouraged everybody now to go to Lunge and do investment because it is an industrial area. You can go to Lunge, you want to open up, your mini shops or your mini markets, so to speak. I will not say supermarkets, but mini ones, right? And again, like the tourist sector, these are the attractive side, cultural centers. And for me, like what they did, they took up, they danced through to crossing points. Let them take that crossing point now to Lunge area because it attracts tourists. And people who are coming from outside, and then even our own local people, they dance through. These are the things we are now going to maintain, so that developments we continue to strive. And for our young people, right? It's bears a lot. For me, development is not a day job. But what we are seeing, I think, for far too long, we have lagged from 1961. I'm sure we are not going back to that 1961 syndrome. We are moving now with the industrial, revolutions. How now you can able to sit and tap in your phone, like what we are now seeing. You see what AYV is now doing. You can be there and see exactly what is happening in the world. This is what we want to see. We don't want to move backward.
This is the night scene of the airport, and it's very beautiful. And when you arrive, during the night hours, and you'll definitely, this is what you'll be seeing. When you're up the flight and when the flight stop down, and this is what you're going to see. And this is the noon time of the airport. It's beautiful.
See how beautiful it is.
I know, it's beautiful.
Now it's no longer going to be a blackout sort of, because what Suma did, they have their own plants, with or without, right, a solar plant system, right, which is separate. So you look at the difference. You look at what happened in the night. It appears as if you are in the you are within the day. So for me, I'm lost of word, because I'm happy to see exactly this is what we want to see. We want to see it more further. Yes, some people will say, after having this, the mama also, I know this is development. For whatever has been pronounced, it will come to pass. But for this one we have now, at least let us celebrate and have it. And give praises to where praises are due. I'm going to say again, thanks to the president for his attitude, developmental strive it took, and the government as well, and for all those who put their hands on deck for this to happen. Kudos to them, and all of us, the citizens. All I will say, let us refrain ourselves from violence and obey the law. All those who are saying they don't have job, I think job will come alongside. Involve yourself into creativity, right? And for this, it will attract more investors, just like what the director of security said. Now we have the K2 dog. We have the dogs around, sniffing dogs, right? So these are all the things we want to see. Some people will be surprised, because for what you don't used to see, if you go there now, you see dog coming around your baggage or within yourself, you will surprise. So it is a security call now. When going to that airport, make sure you devoid yourself from, having substance that can, create an eyebrow on you. So it is a call now for citizens. Let us embrace ourselves and respect the law, obey the law, because it's only the law that can prevent, violence from us. I always say obey and report and complain. More especially, we are now in this multi-tier election. These are the things we want to see, and we want to maintain our development, because what happens normally when, people want to go into violence, what they do, they go and destroy public property. I think we are calling on all citizens to refrain themselves from those habits, not to take the law into their hand, and respect the security apparatus. If the security man tells you, don't go this way, respect, obey, and report.
Okay, I'll definitely come back to you, Solomon, but like I mentioned earlier, that we'll be joining more people on our various social media platform. On Zoom, we have so many civil society guys like Moses Mambu and others, you know, out of Sierra Leone. They're joining us now. Hello, gentlemen.
Yeah,
okay.
Yes, hello, good morning.
Yes, okay. So let's start with Moses. Moses Mambu, a civil society man, you know, who deals with service delivery. Moses, welcome to AYV.
Thank you very much, Yemi, and good afternoon, viewers.
Okay, so Moses, what does this mean, you know, for Sierra Leone getting a new standard airport, airport that cost 270 million yuans, and most people said, $270 million, and most people said it's worth it, and it's standard,
Yeah, I mean, what we are talking about. Good afternoon, Sierra Leoneans. This is CSO Mambo talking to you from New York City, the United States of America. Today is a joyous moment for my country. I feel proud as a citizen of Sierra Leone, not living in the 60s, but fighting to be part of the Industrial Revolution. The airport that His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio is about to commission today is what the money, it's what the timing, it's what the world is going towards. Remy, statistics have shown that this airport in Sierra Leone is the best in the Mano River Union, apart from the airport in Abidjan. It's the best in the Mano River Union. It's the 5th most best airport in West Africa as of today, when the airport might have been commissioned. It has features that you can compare to even the JFK airport here in the United States, in New York City. So it tells you Sierra Leone as a developing country, coming back from 11-year brutal war, going through recovery for the past 20 years. This is unprecedented. This is the single most important infrastructural development in the Mano River Basin, in the history of the Mano River Union, both Liberia, Guinea, and Sierra Leone. So it tells you the importance. I was in a Zoom meeting this morning with some friends from Liberia and Guinea. We are having discussions in New York City regarding infrastructural development in the Mano River Basin. And this new airport came up. I was surprised when the Guinean, who cannot even speak better English, has so much knowledge in what has just happened in Sierra Leone with regards to the new airport. I felt peaceful. I almost shed tears for my country, that other countries in the Mano River Basin can recognize development in Sierra Leone. My guys were crying and they were saying, we wish our government will do like the governments of Sierra Leone have done. Remy, this airport will boost our tourism. When tourists come to your country, Sierra Leone have 2. We had 1 before. We now have 2 most important attractions for tourists coming to Sierra Leone starting tomorrow morning. 1 is the magnificent airport that have just been put up, and 2 is the access to get to Freetown using the water. Tourists love water. So when you come down at that airport, and then you take the boat, seeing the beauty of the shores of Sierra Leone. You will be amazed to go and come back. This is not about politics, Remy. Wherever you are as a Sierra Leonean, you should be proud. Whether you are APC, you are NGC, everybody will be using that airport. In fact, Remy, it will surprise you that the former president, Anes Kroma, coming back from Nigeria, will use that airport. And I'm sure he will be happy to come down, to get down the brand new edifice that we call airport. So Sierra Leoneans should be proud. This is not about green. This is not about red. We must be patriotic to support development. We must be patriotic to be happy. But yet again, Remy, His Excellency President Bio is a young man in his early 50s. To think about such development, it is not about President Bio. It is not about Fatima Bio. But this is about the future of Sierra Leone. That airport is going to serve Sierra Leoneans decades to come, even after the life of President Bio. So we must be proud of leaders. My father used to say, Remy, that I don't have money to give you, but I will give you a future that you will use to exploit the world. And that is the future President Bio have given Sierra Leoneans. He has given Sierra Leoneans the beauty that even if you come with friends from abroad that have never been to Sierra Leone, you will be proud to jet them down the Freetown International Airport. So for me, Remy, I am happy today. Sierra Leoneans must be happy, and this must send a signal that President Bio is not only here for himself, his family, and his cabinet, but he's here to expand Sierra Leone and expose and open up Sierra Leone to development.
And because we need to go back to Lunge, and I've just been told that the president, will soon arrive, at the point. But we also have a gentleman, who also joins us. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
Okay, so can you please introduce yourself and where you are?
Well, my name is Augustine Kuruma, commonly known as KG Kiku Game. I'm right from Arizona, USA.
Okay, Augustine. I know you yourself want to tell us, how you feel about Sierra Leone having a brand new airport, and also what does this mean?
Well, I think it means a lot. Mambo have already said it. When we talk about this airport, we talk about tourism, we talk about exposure, we talk about not going back to 1961, but do things that are of recent. When you travel through Senegal, you go through the Diang airport, and you can see how masterpiece that airport is. Even within America here, if it comes to Phoenix airport here, they have a train. So when you listen at people shouting that the airport is not important, I think it's because of lack of exposure. But because if you've traveled to so many places or within US here, I think you will accept the fact that we are boosting tourism in that country, and our motto is new direction. And I think it's our responsibility to do things that are up standard. And what President Bio is doing is not doing it for himself or his family or only for SLPP. He's doing it for the people of Sierra Leone. President Bio, by the grace of God, will be leaving power because we are going to vote him again. He will be leaving power by 2029. Any other president coming after President Bio will be using that airport. My kids will be using that airport. Sierra Leone are moving from Sierra Leone, coming to the US, will be using that airport. So I think it's just a thing in the right direction.
Okay. I'll come back to you shortly. Let me join the other man. He too can introduce himself and where he's joining the link from.
I'm joining you from Maryland in the USA, Maryland. My name is Selati Dabo.
Okay, Mr. Dabo. Mr. Dabo, I will ask you the same question. I know it's what most people are yearning for, that development and that change in terms of beautifying Sierra Leone.
The importance of any gateway, a gateway to a country, is always an important achievement. But one thing I want to make clear to people, there have been so much politics in this, that this is not a new airport. It's just an extension, or it's just a terminal. Is just a building where people go and board the plane. And a terminal does not have a runway. It does not have a new police station. It does not have a new fire station. It does not have a new runway. It does not have a new tower. But all these we have, and this is a brand new airport. I've traveled a little bit in my life. Like Mr. Kuruma was saying, in these 50 states, I've traveled to 42 of the United States of America. And I've seen airports. And I believe this airport can be compared to any one of them. I just left Sierra Leone about 3 weeks ago, and I'll be back at the end of the month. And I walked through this airport and I saw it. I was so much impressed that Sierra Leone can produce such a thing. And like Kroma said, we went back to 1961. I was born before 1961 in Sierra Leone, and I saw what it was, and I know what it is now. And people are saying again that this airport has been leased to foreigners for 25 years. 25 years is a very short time. That is better for them to come and work there and employ our people, gain employment, and then the money we still come back to Sierra Leone. And this is better than leasing our land for 99 years. 25 years is a very short time in business, in everything we do here. And like Kroma said, this is not going to be for 25 years. It's going to be after me. It's going to be after you. President Bio will go, another government will come, another generation will come, and they will still enjoy this facility. And I'm happy, maybe I'll be one of the first 1,000 people to use this airport when I get back home at the end of the month. Thank you very much.
Okay, so let me try to round up quickly because we're about to join the team live. But let me go back to Moses. Moses, you know, what would you want to say as we let you guys go? What would be your word, you know, to Sierra Leoneans as we move into this development? Hello, Moses. Okay, I think we have lost Moses, but let me go over to Augustine. Hello, Augustine. What do you want to say as we move right away to Lunge, because the president is already there and we want to join the team? But what will be your word to Sierra Leoneans as we move into this development?
Well, I think I'm just telling my fellow Sierra Leone. I based in Sierra Leone. I just came here for visitation. I'll be going back mid of this month. We need to appreciate what is happening in Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is not that bad. But I think we Sierra Leoneans like to give to the public the negative side. If you go to Rwanda, you go to Kenya, you go to Senegal, they have their negative side of. Even US here, there are so many things that is negative about them, but they are showing the picture that attracts people. So let's try to do that. And again, I want to use this opportunity to thank the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone. President Bio is the president for Sierra Leone, not the president for SLPP, but the whole of Sierra Leone. And I'm asking all Sierra Leoneans to give President Bio another chance. And thanks to the people of Potloko, because this is the first time we have over 20 people, you understand, from Potloko in the cabinet. This is the first time all in public offices that we are in Botown, Kenema, Makeni, they've gone back to Potloko. And as I'm talking to you, we are having the most powerful NACIS office in Potloko. And above all, they have the vice presidents there. So with all this reason, they have the right again to vote President Bio come 2023. So I'm asking them to I know Sierra Leone for now is I was talking to my man that, you know, Potloko is totally green. We are doing this not for SLPP. We are doing this not only for President Bio. We are doing this not only for Julia that is from Potloko, but we are doing this for the people of Sierra Leone. And there are more developments. So now let's vote not because of color, not because I am a Madinga, I came from Kenema, or because I am a Temne, I came from Makeni, or I am a Full, I came from Konaidugu. Let's vote development. That's all.
Thank you very much, Augustine. Mr. Bao? Dabo, sorry, Mr. Dabo.
Yeah, like Augustine was saying, we may not like President Bio. We may not like SLPP. We may not like Sierra Leone, even Sierra Leone. But at the same time, there are 10% in the world that will not like government. And this, what we are seeing today is development. And anybody who brings development in the country or anywhere in the world is somebody that you have to embrace And I want to, again, tell the people of Sierra Leone that this is development. We are not going back to the 60s. We lived in the 60s. We who lived in the 60s know what it was like. And we cannot be left behind as a country in the development what is going through. So let us vote President Bio back. State House, please. People of Poloko and people of Sierra Leone, we are seeing what is happening. This is not magic. This is something that is tangible. We can see it. It's not just somebody telling you. We are now seeing it. This is a brand new airport. And another developments have come under this president just in less than 5 years in governance. And like he just need another 5 years. And let's give him another 5 years, and I'm pretty sure we'll see more development coming to this country, so that our children's children will enjoy after we have left. And you are going to go one day, I'm going to go one day. Sure. But what we find is what is important for.
Hi, thank you very much, Mr. Dabo. Thank you very much, Augustine, and also Moses Mambu. Thank you very much, gentlemen. For a short notice, and you guys join us live. Many thanks to you guys. Wish you all the best in your stay in the US, and we'll definitely try to get you some other time. But we're about to go live to Lunge, and we have seen a live video showing the president about to enter the hall. But quickly, as we try to round up, because we need to go to Bokari Matia shortly. Solomon, what will be a parting shot as we move to Bokari Matia?
I think my parting shot, I've said it all, and all what I said, the speakers from US or and from the West alluded to it. All I will say, the development is for Sierra Leoneans, it's not for SLPP, it's not for APC, it's not for any single individual, but for all of us. President Bio will come and go, any other president will come and traverse through that airport again. So the airport is for national, it's not for any political party. So let us embrace development and see development as national and not as individual. So for me, I will plead to every citizens, please deviate yourself from violence. Don't involve yourself into violence. The youth, don't allow the politicians to use you and dump you at the end of the day. This is the kind of thing we want to see. Go and involve yourself into something that will be of benefit for Sierra Leone, and not something that will go and keep you into Pademba Road.
Okay, I think we all you, but maybe it's the country's vice president who have arrived at the scene. But our man Bokari Matia, and I'm sure he's there to confirm who has just arrived, whether he's the first gentleman or the vice president as well. Matia, back to you.
Yeah, thank you very much, David Remy Wilson. I'm currently here at the Freetown International Airport. We are currently seeing the guard of honor for the Vice President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Dr. Mohamed Julde Jallow, making his way. He has been saluted by the guard of honor and is currently making his way on the red carpet to the high table where he shall be taking his seat. And of course, to give you a hint of what the agenda is, immediately after the Vice President's guards of honor, we are also expecting the Presidential Guard of Honor, His Excellency the President, Dr. Julius Amada Bio, to make his band and ambience who the sounds we've been dancing to for the past few hours, and also we've had performances from comedians, and I'm sure during the course of the program we'll also have performances from musicians and artists alike. But what you just seen there is the official guard of honor for the Vice President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Dr. Mohamed Julde Jallo, and we're expecting the President very soon. And on the far side there, as you can see, is where excuse me. Onto Crips International's billboard display here to ensure that even though onlookers are far off, but they are also part of the program. So seen on the backdrop there is a live footage being projected of this particular program. We've just seen the Vice President's Presidential Guard of Honor, and we're expecting the Presidential Guard of Honor soon. But continue to watch AYB television. We shall bring you the very best. Now, just for our viewers who are currently listening to us in Creole, we're currently in the of the new Freetown International Airport, where Nasuma Construction Company construct, where now build, operate and transfer. And as we hear from the Deputy Minister of Transport and Aviation. And currently we don't see outside the Vice President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Dr. Mohamed Julde Jallo, don't take in guard of honor, and they don't go take in seat. And very soon, according to the program where I get with me, we'd expect the President, Julius Maada Bio, for also inspect the guards taking guard of honor. So we're currently waiting, and the sound what you hear currently is provided to us by the military brass band. But of course, we shall also be witnessing the Sierra Leone national anthem upon the arrival of the president. So to give you a view of what's in the Apunaya, we get a whole designated section for citizens then. We're not a VIP or VVIP, but as you'll be hearing from Solomon Jamiru, when the Deputy Minister of Information, this program was opened up to all man for the all man able access. So even if you don't get access to the VIP or VVIP area, but if you're there around, there's a designated area side you go able to witness a particular ceremony. Another area there we get a billboard where
look at that way it's map. Where were the lands are with the big it's the fact they don't come. Yes, they don't put something. Look at this. So now you don't take her. Yes, this one. Yes. Hold on.
Hello. We want to see the cultural ambassadors perform on stage. We'll come shower you with all of what you are looking for. We want to see the performance on stage.